it's Lily calling in from the jungle. It's a different day, I promise. I just don't have that many clothes. It's going to be all about... We're in Khao-Sok, aren't we?
Yeah.
This little video is going to be all about Khao-Sok, which was really, really awesome. It's on the mainland by the national park, and we went on a jungle trek and we got to see elephants. So it's just so awesome. And we stayed in the jungle. It's fabulous. It's excellent. It's beautiful. Anyways, this is a picture of us on the way to the jungle. Look how pretty the views are. The forecast was rain, so we all had to wear ponchos, and my family did not like it, but I think ponchos are such an excellent invention. Aren't they just so fabulous? This was our little boat ride to the jungle. It started off very nice, very smooth, very lovely. Look at all the views, they're just so beautiful. You know, no rain yet, but we're in good spirits. I didn't film it, but the weather really turned and the boat picked up its pace, so we got very splattered. I don't think this photo does justice as to how drenched we were. We stayed in an actual floating house. It was not attached to the surface of the lake in any way. It was completely floating. It actually felt like being on a boat. It was so cool. Anyway, then we embarked on our little jungle trek. It was a lot busier than we thought it was going to be, but it was still so cool to be able to see the jungle. We got another little boat to go into some caves. I say boat, that's very generous. It was actually just a raft, but it was still so cool. Oh, and here's a leech boogieing that was attached to one of us. I couldn't take many photos of the cave because it was slippery and dark and I was fighting for my life. But here's the heart of the cave and it is really super sparkly. I don't know if you can see on this picture. Can you see the sparkle? Oh, it was so cool. Oh, and spot the wild monkeys that we saw. I'm not talking about my brother this time. We actually did see monkeys. And we didn't see any elephants, but we did see some elephant tracks, which is really, really cool. Oh, and the next day we saw a hawk catch a fish and then munch it. Oh, and fun fact, elephants can't go downhill. They have to slide on their bums. And this was a little elephant slide to get to the river. I say little, it was humongous. Ooh, and then we paddled around in some kayaks. We didn't actually see anything of interest, but it was still really cool. And we heard loads of cool birds. We stayed in the jungle for a few days after the trek, just in a place not quite so remote. And we saw loads of monkeys. I mean, I think they were kind of domestic, not wild. But look at this one looking around the bar. He wanted some booze. It's a shocking likeness to my dad. Anyway, and then we started filming one because it nicked my water bottle. And then, well, then this happens. And here's a picture of me with said monkey. And then, oh my word, literally the best day of my life, we went and got to go and feed elephants. Our elephant was called Dao, and oh, she was so beautiful. She was about 40 years old, and we fed her, and she was so gorgeous. Look at her with her mouth open, ready for pineapple. And then we all went and we covered her in loads of clay, and this was a particularly messy job, but it was so much fun. Elephants need to be covered in clay because even though their skin is quite thick, it's very sensitive, so the clay helps protect against the sun and also insects. And then we washed her all off in the elephant bath, but to be honest, I think my dad and brother were more intent on washing me off than her. And then we washed her off in the river too, and she absolutely loved this. I couldn't film it because I was in the water, but she went into the deeper bit and she had a roll around and she was completely submerged apart from her little trunk so that she could breathe. It was so beautiful. And here's a picture of all of us with her. Oh my word, it was literally the best thing I've ever done in my whole life. Hello, it's me again. I just really quickly wanted to mention that with the elephants, it was an elephant hospital, so they have been taken in from industries like the logging and the tourism industry, so they have been domestic for thousands of years, so that there was no way they could be released back into the wild. So what we were doing was completely ethical. We weren't stopping these elephants being elephanty by having them in the sanctuary that they were in. Don't worry, they were very happy elephants. I'm going to love you and leave you with the naughty monkey. I hope that you are all doing absolutely fabulously, and I will see you all soon. Mwah.